Coming up on Bloom, top female entrepreneur Ivy Childers and her best friend, country music sensation Carrie Underwood, are getting us ready for the holidays.
She's really supported me in my career, Ivy Cake to Southbound, and so for her to have the time and the want to do some cocktail recipes and videos with me was really fun.
And how your diet may be causing fatigue, plus help for pregnant women who might not be getting a good night's sleep. We'll have all that and more as Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, starts now. I'm Gayle Guyardo. Welcome to Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, a full hour dedicated to your health and wellness. So get ready to bloom. The holidays are here, and if you're not careful, all the hustle and bustle will drag you down, but not if you have the right planning tips. We are turning to a top female entrepreneur that is collaborating with her best friend, country music sensation Carrie Underwood, to help you with all of your seasonal party planning. Joining me now is the co-founder and CEO of Southbound Tequila, Ivy Childers. Welcome back to Bloom. It is so great to see you.
So good to be back with you.
Oh, thank you. So tell me about this cool collaboration with Carrie, because you guys go way back, like 15 years.
Yes, so fun. We have lived a lot of life together, friends for over 15 years. Pretty much been through all the milestones together as friends, and it's been really fun supporting each other. I know she's got this major sensational career, and it's been fun to be on the sidelines watching, but she's really supported me in my career, Ivy Cake to Southbound, and so for her to have the time and the want to do some cocktail recipes and videos with me was really fun. So we did a series, it's called Garden to Glass, and we would take ingredients from her garden, and she would come into my kitchen and we'd make homemade cocktails together using Southbound Tequila. Your viewers really should go and watch it because we shot it all in one day. So we did 4 cocktails, and you can really watch the lovely progression of us sipping delicious cocktails together. It's quite entertaining.
That is awesome. And I do love this idea because, we're talking about ways to fight fatigue today. And I think during the holidays, people put so much on their plate and, they get so run down. But with just some tips like this, not only does it just up your cool factor when you're entertaining, but it also at the end of the day makes your life that much more simple.
It does, yeah. So yeah, I really love, entertaining in the house and with friends and family, but, it really takes a lot of planning. One thing I love about my job as CEO of Southbound is that I'm a built-in recipe developer. So I've been working year-round to create and curate cocktail recipes to make it easier for my home entertainers, for my friends. It's funny because most of my friends would not make cocktail recipes at home. They wouldn't do it. It was too intimidating. That was kind of one of my approaches. It's like, oh, there are people out there that don't play around with cocktail recipes like I do at home. I'm really kind of providing a service, to make the holidays stress-free and to, make it easy for people to understand. Cocktail making is a lot like baking. It's very exact, and I feel really happy that I can, bring that to the table and, give those recipes. And so I share all of them, and my friends are trying them, and they're entertaining at home with them. It makes me so proud.
I want to talk about you and how you've been able to juggle this throughout the years, because women out there watching right now, they want to say, in the new year, I want to try something different. I want to go in a new direction. I have ideas. And this was not an easy thing. I mean, first you built a bakery and you built that up, and then you pivoted and entered a man's world when you decided to develop Southbound. It started in Nashville. I know you're launching a lot in Tampa. What was that like, balancing life?
First of all, you said the word pivoting, and that's exactly what I remember exactly when I knew I was ready to pivot from Ivy Cake to I didn't know really what next. Southbound really came so beautifully, and it connected so well with what I was doing with Ivy Cake. But there was a time in my career with Ivy Cake when I knew that I was ready to pass the reins. I was ready to pass the torch and close that chapter. And I listened to that gut instinct, and I didn't tell anybody. I knew that decision was right for me, and then when I did it, I knew it was right, and then the doors opened for Southbound. And I think that you just have to go, first of all, believing in yourself. ideating for yourself. Like, listen to the concepts that resonate with you. That's guidance, and that's wisdom into maybe what your future holds. And so I really am proud that I listened to myself, and then the pathways opened up so beautifully to launch Southbound Tequila.
And I've talked to you before about this, you know, you're juggling a lot. Like you said you had a lot of different jobs to build your dream.
Yep.
So how did you find the energy to keep the lights on and follow your passion?
I do think that is an area where a lot of people do struggle. I remember growing up, I was a big dreamer. I knew I wanted something really special for my life, and I didn't know what that was going to be, but I remember dreaming about all different kinds of occupations. I even wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a teacher. I remember like clipping grocery coupons. I couldn't wait to have like my own home and like buy my own groceries. And like today I look at that and I'm like, oh, grocery shopping is really still such a creative wonderland for me. And you know, I love teaching in every facet of what I do. As a CEO, you have to have people that support your business and, you know, entertaining. Look at all those things, and I'm touching on all those areas. When I became an adult, I became not just a dreamer, but a doer. And I knew innately, if I'm going to make anything happen for myself, you can't just dream and be creative. You have to do something about it. So I think it's just me not wanting to ever give up on myself and my dream. And so I think that that's probably the foundation of who I am, to just have the guts to go out there and do it. And so that was working jobs I did not want to do. And I feel like that's a word of inspiration for people, because you do have to kind of take the time to figure out, you know, and you have to build steps on into your future. You can't, it just doesn't land in your lap. Maybe for a very small percentage it does, but for me it didn't. And so just fighting for yourself and working those jobs.
Another thing I think is interesting about you is that you're very grassroots when it comes to launching anything. Like even with Southbound, you know, I saw you here in the Tampa area, and I was able to, I'm like, hey, I want to introduce all my friends to you. Like you were going to physically be there, and I thought it was cool. And when I was telling my female friends, hey, we got to get together, we got to go support what she's doing. You know, we have to taste these things, what you've done, and it was a fun experience for everybody. When I saw that you were going to be here in town, we all signed up and we all came together. And I think part of meeting the face behind the brand means something to people. I think you putting yourself out there, it makes a difference. And and this could be great advice for other women out there. Be a face of your own brand. Be your own
spokesperson.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's like nobody can replace the passion that's in you, that's representing your brand. I really love interacting with people and consumers, telling them my story, because people do care about stories. People really do pay attention and they connect, and then they're forever changed by that interaction. And I think that part of it is so important.
I do too. I think to the consumer, it means everything, because today when so much gets lost in translation on social media and there's so many things vying for our attention, if you know the person's backstory, it makes you loyal to them and it makes you want to support them. And when an entrepreneur like yourself is rising the ranks, you need that support.
You do. And for anybody wanting to be an entrepreneur that's, you know, wanting to put themselves out there and wanting to do it. People will believe in you if you believe in yourself. And I think it's important. I'm surrounded by so many people that believe in me, and they tell me all the time, you know, how what I touch, you know, turns to gold. I still don't know that that's true, but I have a lot of support in my corner. But it's not just with people I know, it's with people that I interact with, because if you're genuine and you believe in what you're doing and in your product, that translates forever. And you're forever going to have that loyalty and support with your brand. So it's really important. You know your story and you know what you believe in, and you put that, you're not afraid to put that out there. You're not shy about it.
Yeah, and it's all about an individual's authenticity.
Yes.
Well, Ivy, we're so excited for you here, and we're so glad that you're in the Tampa Bay market as well. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me again.
All right. And we're thrilled. Ivy joined us on the Bloom Health Club in the WFLA Now Streaming Center to continue this incredible conversation. You can stream the full episode anytime on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Call the tax man. Ooh, call the tax man. Call the tax man.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, call me right now. The IRS is the most relentless collection agency in America. They have the power to legally take everything you own. Home, paycheck, autos, any asset you have. So what do? Call me now. My team of experts can help you keep your money. We have programs that can significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe, even payment plans that now stretch out for months. We can also stop collection calls, wage garnishments, and remove tax liens. So if you owe the IRS a lot of money and you want to keep it, don't wait. Call the tax man right now.
Call the tax man. Ooh, call the tax man. Call the tax man.
Living the Tampa Bay lifestyle means enjoying the sand, sun, and outdoors fun. So get out, get active, and nurture those healthy habits. Hey there, I'm Gayle, Guyardo, host of Bloom. Now there's a new all-inclusive place with everything you need to shape your lifestyle, boost your health, and improve your wellness. BloomTampaBay.com, Tampa Bay's premier health and wellness website, made to help you feel good. Whether you're a fitness fanatic, beauty buff, or just want to take your first step towards positive change, this free website is for you. See the Bay Area's hottest fitness products, the latest workout crazes, and learn nutrition tips from the experts. Plus, discover local events and experiences designed with your well-being in mind. Cultivate a healthy mind, body, and soul. Check out BloomTampaBay.com, your local health and wellness website. That's BloomTampaBay.com. Welcome back to Bloom. We're finding ways to help you fight fatigue, and that includes what you eat. Did you know eating smaller portions and choosing minimally processed foods and whole foods may help you reduce fatigue? Your body runs off what you feed it, and the best way to get the most energy from your food is to make sure you're giving yourself the best foods possible. In addition to what you eat, when you eat can also impact your energy. Joining us now is our friend, longevity dietitian and gut health expert Ella DeVar, the author of Healthy Cooking for High Performers, with how foods can either give you a boost of energy or really drag you down. It is so good to see you.
Likewise, Gayle. I love talking about this subject because when it comes to high performance, fatigue is really a symptom of what wrong foods could do to us. And nutrition is fundamental for our energy levels, and metabolism, which is the biochemical processes responsible for breaking down the foods and giving us energy, depends on the foods that we eat. And in the case of fatigue and brain fog, if you experience it right after eating food, that could be a symptom of food sensitivity and intolerance, specifically gluten food intolerance. And that is what I see with my clients. The cheapest and the easiest way to find out if you have that is to do elimination diet. 2 to 4 weeks eliminating foods containing wheat, barley, and rye, which is all gluten-containing grains, can really help you to see if you have the symptoms gone or not. Or what I do is the food sensitivity and intolerance blood panel to really diagnose clients if they have that or not.
Now, if someone's really dealing with issues, to your point, the blood panel might be the best idea, but depending upon what you're testing for, a lot of times that's
the food sensitivity intolerance
right.
panel. That's a very specific one that only functional medicine practitioner or dietitians can do. Yeah.
Right, and depending upon how many tests that you're getting, it can really range in price. A lot of times you do have to pay out of pocket. I chose to do what you first mentioned, which was the elimination.
Yes.
It's a lot easier than you might think to cut these things out of your diet.
You just have to put your mind into it, and like I said, within 2 weeks people experience results, seeing how their energy goes up and really being able to pinpoint those foods that are offenders.
Yeah, because that's the big problem. A lot of people confuse food allergies with, you know, food intolerance. And that's what sneaks up on you. That's what your body's just not good at digesting. It maybe is triggering some unwanted inflammation.
The difference in antibody that it's triggering. Food, if you have a food allergy, you know right away because the symptoms occur as soon as you eat the food. But food symptoms and intolerances, those are different antibodies, IgG and IgE. And what they do is the symptoms could be, you know, not as immediate, and they could show up a day or, you know, 24, 48 hours later, and that, you know, really piles up if you continue eating foods that don't love you back, as I say.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like, we think that we're eating healthy, but actually some of the healthy foods that we're grabbing are processed foods.
Yeah.
And you've taught me over the years of how to make these amazing smoothies, which is what I do. Like, it's very difficult for me to find time to sit down and eat a meal here at work. So I am, you know, putting in my fruits, my vegetables, I get everything ready. I blend it in the morning and I just put it in the refrigerator in our office, the little mini fridge that we have. So I was realizing that these processed foods that I thought were like a hungry, like a healthy bar.
Convenient foods.
And convenient foods were really dragging me down.
Yeah, so really embracing the anti-inflammatory lifestyle, as I like to say, which is the foundation of which is the anti-inflammatory diet. Making sure that throughout the day you give yourself an opportunity to eat vegetables, like you said, colorful, antioxidant-rich vegetables, berries, omega-3 fatty acids, and optimal intake of protein, which is rich in essential nutrients like iron and B vitamins, which is required for us to have, you know, the optimal levels of thyroid hormones and neurotransmitters and, you know, lean body mass, which is, you know, the key to having energy levels throughout the day.
And you talk about nutrients that we should be on the lookout for, like iron, vitamin B, omega-3, vitamin C, magnesium. These are all things that can help us fight fatigue.
Exactly. Making sure that your diet is balanced and you know what your body needs, what your hormones are made out of. And they're very often, you know, most of them are made of fats and protein. So eliminating those foods from your diet could be the issue. That's what we see. The research shows that most of the vegans and vegetarian diets that are not balanced very well, they're very low in vitamin D, omega-3s, and B group of the vitamins.
So when you wrote your book and you started, you know, becoming a longevity dietitian, it is for busy people that don't like to spend a lot of time
like
in the kitchen.
I am.
And yeah, like me, exactly.
Yes.
So you don't have to be a master chef to create meals that are good for you.
But like you see, most of the recipes that I make are 5 minutes long because, look, I make all of my meals myself. And if I were to cook for more than 10 or 15 minutes with the cleaning, I'll be in the kitchen all day.
Right.
I don't like to do that. So really learning the basics, the foundation, all of the anti-inflammatory foods that are functional, that are efficient, that your body needs and loves them and that love your body back, and making sure that you include them at every meal is the key.
Ella, thank you so much for joining us.
Likewise, thank you.
All right, we're going to share this story on bloomtampabay.com, and when we come back, how getting your hormones in check can help you fight fatigue. Bloom, we'll be right back. You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection. Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Welcome back to Bloom. Fatigue is one of the most common symptoms of a hormone imbalance, and today we're helping you fight fatigue. So joining us now with what to look out for is nurse practitioner Heidi Herter. Heidi, welcome to Bloom.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So I just got on, I'm like late to the party when it comes to, you know, replenishing hormones, balancing hormones, and it really makes such a tremendous difference when it comes to fighting fatigue.
It does, and we are all late for the party, so don't feel bad. Hormones there's so much more science on them, but they're so important. As we get older, we lose testosterone, women lose estrogen and progesterone. And the feelings we get, the main feeling you first get is you're just tired. You can't do the things you normally did. You don't want to go out to dinner with your husband. Your kids are just exhausting. So it has a lot to do with fatigue.
And I think hormone replacement got a really bad rap back when it was synthetic. But a lot has changed over the years, and now there's research showing by replenishing, you actually are adding longevity to your life and just overall balance. Like you're sleeping better, you feel better, you have more energy, even, a woman's sex life will improve.
All of those things for sure. Women come to me because the symptoms are just gut-wrenching. A hot flash is like setting you on fire, and you just you're angry, and it doesn't last for a second, it can last for minutes, and it just puts you in a bad mood. And then the fatigue and the relationships that you've built, you're short with people, you're a kind person, but you don't know yourself anymore. So that is just terrible in itself. But behind the scenes, the health and longevity aspect, you start to get osteoporosis, you start to get obesity, cardiovascular issues, cancer, all those diseases that creep in as you get older. Bioidentical hormone replacement combats those, decreases those immensely.
So, there's so many ways to achieve the goals. And I know a lot of women, including myself, as I was researching this, I'm like, I'm not really a pellet girl because I never even did well with birth control back in the day. Now that ship has sailed, I don't need it. But I didn't do well with birth control, so I didn't want anything that I couldn't remove. But there's so many other options. You can dissolve hormone replacement therapy under your tongue. It comes in pill form. Talk to me about how women can manage this.
Okay, so you really don't want to do oral because that gets over in the synthetic range too much. It has to go through the GI tract, and you don't know if you're even getting it. Creams are good, but they're not going to make you feel optimized in where we want you to feel. We want you to feel like you can conquer the world. You're 20 years old again, you're a woman, and I love women, and I want them to feel strong. So when they come in my office and they're defeated because they don't know what's wrong with them, we want to help them with the hormone replacements. So there's injections of testosterone, which sometimes men prefer just because it's easier, but you don't want to be injecting yourself twice a week for the rest of your life. It's not sustainable. So the pellets are great because you place them in every 12 to 16 weeks, depending. Everybody's a little bit different. And they stay there, and you get 12 to 16 weeks without having to think about it. But the body, it will release into the body. The body takes it as it needs it. So it's just kind of there to help the body work more efficiently. Now, you will hear people say, oh, don't do a pellet because you can't take it back out. If you have a good provider that is on point with your dosing and really paying attention to your symptoms, you don't have that issue.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think that's probably where people get scared is because you really have to make sure you're going to somebody who knows what they're doing, and maybe people have just had bad experience because not everybody should be placing these hormones. Like you have to go to someone like yourself.
Right. You want to interview people, make sure you have an expert. You can ask them any question you want. Don't feel that you can't. If you want to know your dosing, then talk about your dosing and ask them why. So I am a huge advocate on educating my patients. They come in that door, we're going to talk about everything in their life. We're going to give hugs because it releases oxytocin. They're going to cry with me. We really cater to each patient, but you need that closeness. If somebody comes in and says in 5 minutes you just need estradiol and progesterone, that's absolutely wrong. Run the other way and go find somebody that you align with that will pay attention. So at Infinity, we do a lot of labs. It doesn't matter if you come in and say, I feel this way. We're going to pull a lab and show you and sometimes the lab may not be accurate. We're going to pull it again. But it's a very concierge way of dealing with people, treating them like family. We really want everybody to walk in that door. You can call me any time of the day. If I'm seeing patients, they're going to put a note on my desk that says, this patient has a question. And the reason that is because hormones are very difficult.
And they're individual.
They're individual, 100%. You can't just dose everybody the same. And there is clinics around Tampa doing that. And they come to me and they're like, I want to bite somebody's head off. I don't want to go home to my husband. And that's wrong. That's not what we're trying to create positivity and have you feel optimal in your life so you can conquer the world.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to clarify that because I think you answered, very detailed fears that a lot of women have, including myself, but it is a game changer.
You can call me anytime, Gayle.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on Bloom.
So nice to meet you. Take care.
Likewise. All right, we're going to share this story on BloomTampaBay.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this, so don't go away.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro. the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Lasercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Lasercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Lasercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Lifeguard Imaging.
Welcome back to Bloom. Stress can definitely impact your health, and no one knows it better than first responders who are saving lives every day. The folks at Lifeguard Imaging, dedicated to saving 1 to 3 lives a day, want to say thank you by inviting military, police officers, and firefighters in for a scan. Joining us now to tell us more is the Vice President of Business Development at Lifeguard Imaging, NFL great and former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Martine Gramatica, and Lifeguard Imaging's Director of Operations, Frankie Maldonado. Gentlemen, it is great to see you both.
Good to see you.
So we know that military and first responders like police officers, firefighters, they have very, very stressful professions, and they would be good candidates for this scan.
There's no question, actually, and I think one of the other professions that probably has a lot of stress is kickers
Yeah,
with what they have to
exactly.
deal with. But yeah, I mean, needless to say, my goodness, having to think about what they have to deal with on day-to-day, you know, just normal job activities, I can't imagine. So yeah, obviously we want to help them as best we can.
So tell us about the work that you do at Lifeguard Imaging.
Well, we are obviously looking to help people find these horrible, deadly diseases, heart disease, cancer, that could be developing within the body. And the tragedy of these diseases, as we all know, they take millions of lives a year because people don't know what's going on inside of their bodies. We're mentioning this now because stress is such a major factor in both the heart disease and cancer spectrums. We're here to make sure that the patients who want to know, and everybody should want to know, but that they're capable of getting that information, and our scans are providing information to help them survive what was once called the silent killers.
I know you have something special for military first responders, but who else can benefit from this scan?
I would say anybody. Gayle, our parameters are from 35 to 77. It's usually where our patients come in, but we have actually scanned patients with horrible family history even sooner if need be. So, so anybody that has a concern that wants to know can come and see us. And going back to the first responders and the police officers, firefighters, and military, we have special programs for them. So when they come in, they're going to meet with our patient advocates, and they're going to pretty much show them what it is, and we want to help them all, because what they do for us, we just want to say thank you, and that's where our programs are a little bit different for them. And
this is really good because, you know, not everybody across the country has access to this type of technology. I mean, we're talking thinly sliced, low radiation, which is important to many, many doctors out there who have come on the show advocating for what you do at Lifeguard Imaging.
Yeah, and you say it, there have been 5 locations in the country who do what we do the way we're doing it. Now 6, because our location in Scottsdale has opened.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, we're very proud of that, and we're going to continue to branch out, bring this throughout Florida and other parts of the country. But you're right, it's amazing that we're able to do this. And I don't say amazing as we're something special. We're grateful to be doing this. But the ability to have the endorsement of doctors who recognize the incredible views they're getting inside the body that they normally wouldn't get, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just texted an article to Martine not long ago about how, you know, if you have access to this kind of technology, medical professionals want you to get it, because the more layers of protection that you have and the earlier you can get a diagnosis, the better off you are for treatment and survival.
We have patients coming from all over the country that actually fly in to come get a scan. Actually, last week I had a patient from out of the country, from Argentina, that came in because they saw what I was doing, and they're like, I want to do it because we don't have access to that in our country. So absolutely, take advantages in our backyard. We're going to give that patient more information about inside of their body than they've ever gotten before, because in the 2 years that I've been with Lifeguard, I have not met one person that has had a full body scan prior to our patients coming in for their legacy program. So that first scan is very important.
Very, very important to get that baseline. And again, the heart scan is 100% free. There's no catch, there's nothing. You come in, you get the heart scan, and that's it. If you want to hear about the Legacy program and join like my husband and I did, then you can do that too.
That's exactly right, and it's important people understand that it is completely free. There's not a single fee whatsoever. And as you said, if they want to learn more about the cancer fighting scans we have, we're happy to help them with that as well.
And you're definitely going to want to learn more because it's the best gift you can give yourself. Call today right now, 813-582-5222, or visit lifeguardimaging.com. You'll receive a Bloom special offer, a free heart scan when you mention Gayle or Bloom. That's a $599 value. So call today, 813-582-5222 for this special offer. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Lifeguard Imaging.
You're watching Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging. We begin where your checkup ends. Call now, 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today. Welcome back to Bloom. We're helping you fight fatigue today, and new research is out about pregnancy and sleep deprivation. It suggests that women who don't get enough sleep during pregnancy may have higher risks of developing pregnancy complications like preeclampsia or high blood pressure. Joining us now with ways to get a better night's sleep if you're pregnant are the creators of the Dream Seeker Body Pillow, Aristides and Stephanie Priakos, and Kayla Fahey, who is expecting her second child. Thank you all for being here.
Well, thank you for having us, Gayle. Appreciate you. Very
us.
Nice. Good afternoon.
So let's get to the main event here. A pillow that a lot of research went into to help pregnant women and people with other issues that they're dealing with get a better night's sleep, which is so important.
Absolutely. It's multi-purpose. This is the Dream Seeker Body Pillow. This is actually how it comes, and I wanted to demonstrate it. And as you can see, this is a pillow that's designed that doesn't lose its shape. It's contoured with the twist technology. It has 2 patents. This is also great for a maternity pillow, a nursing pillow, a spine alignment pillow. It never lumps, never clumps, and moms love this because it's 100% machine washable. It's chemical free, allergy free, and it doesn't clump or lump.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We're all about lifting up local. This is a company right here out of Pinellas County. And let's just talk about the design. And Mom, I'm going to get to you in just a moment because I remember those days, even though my youngest is 16 years old now. You never forget. Especially as you progress in a pregnancy, how difficult it gets. But the design of the pillow it lends itself. Yeah. So tell me about that.
So what I like the most about it is the shape. You know, when you're laying, you want to lay on your left side when you're sleeping. It helps the blood flow to the placenta, and anybody should sleep on their left side. It helps with digestion and everything like that. But the way it's shaped, it's perfect. You can maneuver it however you want. The belly can fit right on top, right here in the hourglass shape. And it's also good for nursing, as was mentioned. You can, you know, put half of it behind your back and have the other half right here on your lap, and perfect for holding the baby, nursing, all that.
What were some of the challenges that you faced during your first pregnancy?
I was gonna say sciatica pain for sure. So being able to lay on your side and keep that leg over helps with relieving that sciatic nerve. And also just the tossing and turning. This helps, you know, just keep you in that comfortable spot where you can actually sleep throughout the night and not have to wake up 10 times.
Yeah, it's definitely, again, the design is important, but, you know, a lot of research goes into this because there is, you know, a medical component of this. I mean, I just doing the research before I met you guys, I didn't realize like how important a good night's sleep is, and it's tough enough on your body to be pregnant, and we're talking about fighting fatigue and you're dragging through the day, but if you're not getting good sleep, then that's a real problem.
Right. And what a lot of people may not realize is that the tossing and turning is actually caused by your body telling you that you're in pain, you're in discomfort. Right. So a lot of people that are sleeping on their side, it's twisting the actual spine, and then that's going to cause the tossing and turning. With the Dream Seeker body pillow, when you have your leg over one side and you have your arm over the other side, it aligns that spine and it stops that tossing and turning. And that's just one of the many, many benefits that a body pillow can bring. It helps with anybody with hip replacement, knee replacement, any major surgery. It also opens up the airways and helps with snoring. So if people have that issue too, neck problems as well, having the arm brought up, it helps with the neck problems.
You ever get that? The arm support over there. And of course, always consult your medical professional. We're not medical, we're not doctors, but always consult your physical therapist if you're coming out of surgery or something, because this also helps with alleviating that pain.
Right, and there are people, I mean, your doctor,
Absolutely.
there are going to be professionals out there that you're going to want to talk to before doing anything, but I wanted to thank the three of you very much.
And thank you.
Congratulations on baby number 2, another boy.
Yes.
Very
got
exciting.
My hands full.
She's got her hands full.
All right,
and
guys.
she wants more too.
I know, that's great. I don't blame you. Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. Thanks for having us on.
We're going to share more about this story and lifting up local here in the Bay Area on bloomtampabay.com. And before we go to break, it is time for today's Bloom Trivia question. How long should it take you to fall asleep? 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, or just under 30 minutes? We'll have the answer later on Bloom.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology just $347. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology, many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1 but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $347. Plus, we'll add a portable charging dock and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $347 and free shipping. Call now.
800-854-2435. Again, that's 800-854-2435.
The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Tampa Bay Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers.
Welcome back to Bloom. Common sinus symptoms and infections can really impact your quality of life and cause long-term issues. Joining us now to talk about sinus issues and how you can breathe free and easy is ENT and otolaryngologist Dr. Mariah Pate. Dr. Pate, it's so great to see you.
Good to see you too.
So Dr. Pate, what draws you to treating sinus issues in the ENT space?
So chronic sinusitis is a huge problem that's very underdiagnosed, and it's a chronic problem that people don't usually come to the doctor for, and when they do, you just hear how bad it affects them. So for example, they don't sleep well, they don't have the energy, their work productivity is down. So being able to help people with that, it's really, really impactful and rewarding for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, because like you talk about, there are a lot of common health issues that are directly linked to allergies and sinus issues.
Yes, yes. So poor sleep quality is one. People can have increased depression and, like I said, fatigue. So, it really does impact quality of life.
Now, I know that you offer your patients a wide array of treatment plans. It could be anything from maybe medication to minimally invasive treatments. How do you screen and figure out how you're going to individually take care of each patient? Because I know you like to tailor your treatment protocols.
Yeah, we do. And so that's really important at our practice, to be able to have each patient come in and be treated differently. But everyone gets a very comprehensive workup. So in order to figure out what's really going on, you need some special tests. So things like a CAT scan, which is like an x-ray of the sinuses, a full physical exam, including nasal endoscopy, where we actually look in the nose to see what's going on, and then of course a full workup and history. And it depends on the patient and the severity. Some people are really good candidates for just optimizing medical therapy, but a lot of people do need a procedure to actually open up the cavities in the sinuses to help them breathe better.
And what's so great, because a lot of people, they live with the misery, they think there's nothing that they can do, but you have a minimally invasive option, and it's really working well for your patients. How does it work?
So the way it works is I use a small dilator device to go into the natural openings of the sinuses to minimally invasively open the sinuses so they drain correctly. So it's really nice because it allows the patient to breathe better, but also it's a quick procedure with little pain under local anesthesia, and people can return to work and life pretty quick.
Because you must talk to patients all the time that just live with their condition.
I do. I've had people come in, have been dealing with sinus problems for 20, 30 years, and they thought this is just the way it had to be. And so there's so many options now. There's so many cutting edge technologies that can help people feel better quicker and with, little downtime.
Well, it's really exciting that you're offering them right here in the Tampa Bay area, and it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, so nice to meet you too.
Thank you. All right, we're going to post this story online, and you can change the conversation about your sinus symptoms. For more information, visit their website, tampabaybreathefree.com, or call today, 727-379-2201. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Tampa Bay Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers.
Welcome back to Bloom. It's time for Brody's POV. Bloom Tampa Bay's digital reporter and producer Brody Waddell is here with his latest article.
That's right, Gayle. I just posted this article. It's called Ways to Fight Fatigue, Energize Your Day the Healthy Way.
I like that. So what are your top tips to help fight fatigue?
Well, a lot of it's probably some stuff that we've heard about today and you hear about all the time, and some of them are easier said than done. But first and foremost, you have to prioritize your sleep. You need a sleep schedule. You need to kind of do it at the same time, even on the weekends, so wake up and go to bed at the same times, which sounds impossible, I know, but your body sort of gets into that rhythm. And then, the things that you hear about, like a dark room, maybe a fan, perfect temperature, stuff like that. So
it's so hard to do on the weekends, though. I mean, so many times, I'll stay up later because I'm in bed most nights by 9 o'clock, falling asleep by 9:30ish. On the weekends, it's hard to do, but I almost feel jet lagged, because I'm not going to bed at the same time. The other thing is, and we talk about it a lot on this show too, is the prioritizing nutrition.
Yes, exactly. Again, easier said than done, but just for all aspects of your life, you have got to get your diet in order. Whatever form that takes for you, whatever diet you prefer, it's just got to be healthy and like your whole foods and your nutrients and stuff like that, and making sure you're getting your vitamins and your fiber, and just you eat good and you feel good. Right?
Yeah, and you saw her in studio earlier, Ella DeVar, who's a gut health expert and a longevity expert. She was saying you have to get rid of those processed foods. That's what's going to make you feel so run down. The next one, especially during the holidays, the physical activity.
Exactly.
It's hard to fit it in, but you have to.
Yes, you have to do something, whatever it is. If you walk, you run, you train martial arts, you lift weights, whatever it is, you have to do something. Our bodies are designed to move. They're designed to be stressed. They need to, it helps you get out, and that kind of leads into one of our other points. It makes your mental health better, and then you just feel better, and then you can actually be tired at the end of the day and fall asleep like you said, in a certain amount of time. So.
And managing stress, another very difficult thing during the holidays?
Yes, something you got to prioritize. You can't let it build up. It just seeps into all aspects of your life, and if that ruins your sleep, then your sleep is kind of like the base level you need to perform. So, mindfulness stuff, whatever form that takes for you, relaxing, meditation, just get rid of that stress.
Did I tell you about my new YouTube girl, Tansy Forrest from
Oh,
London?
what's that?
I listened to her. She's a sleep hypnotist.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. I was reading your article. One of the last tips you also mentioned was check your health.
Yes.
Check yourself.
Yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Right.
You got to know what's going on with your body, right? You got to do your regular checkups. They have all these smart watches and stuff like that, so you can get your heart rate throughout the day. It can monitor your sleep for you. In order to fix what's going wrong, you have to know what's going wrong. So keep up on that. Check your things. There's so many apps, and I have a lot of recommendations on the website on bloomtampabay.com where you can find stuff and just check those out and keep an eye on it.
I'm getting so frustrated with some of the gadgets because I love my particular ring gadget. They're attaching monthly.
I know.
It's so annoying.
Yes.
I'm I don't know. We got to start some kind of campaign to stop them from doing that. Brody, as always, it is such a pleasure when you visit us on Bloom.
Great. It's been great to be here. Thank you so much.
Bringing our digital side.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And where can we find this?
BloomTampaBay.com. This and many other articles that breaks down like how to sleep and how to live better in your nutrition and just bloom.
All right, we'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
Attention cancer victims who use the weed killer Roundup. A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you or someone you love used Roundup and were diagnosed with cancer, call the number on your screen now. Don't wait. There may be time deadlines to file a claim.
Call 800-925-8035. That's 800-925-8035.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Call the tax man. Ooh, call the tax man. Call the tax man.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, call me right now. The IRS is the most relentless collection agency in America. They have the power to legally take everything you own. Home, paycheck, autos, any asset you have. So what do? Call me now. My team of experts can help you keep your money. We have programs that can significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe, even payment plans that now stretch out for months. We can also stop collection calls, wage garnishments, and remove tax liens. So if you owe the IRS a lot of money and you want to keep it, don't wait. Call the tax man right now.
Call the tax man. Ooh, call the tax man. Call the tax man.
It's time now for today's Bloom Trivia question. How long should it take you to fall asleep? 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, or just under 30 minutes? The answer is 10 to 20 minutes. It's normal to fall asleep between 10 and 20 minutes after going to bed. If it takes you less than 5 minutes, you're probably exhausted and sleep deprived. Practice good sleep hygiene to help your body fall asleep fast every night so it can get those much needed Z's. That means setting a sleep schedule, putting phones and other bright technology away 30 minutes before bedtime or more. And if you spend longer than 20 minutes trying to fall asleep on a regular basis, consider a sleep supplement like melatonin. But of course, check with your doctor first. Thank you so much for tuning into Bloom today. You can catch Bloom anytime by following us on social media. We're on all major platforms, so get a behind-the-scenes look at all of the innovative breakthrough health and wellness conversations and incredible guests that we have right here on Bloom. And don't forget to tune in to the Bloom Health Club, where we take a deep dive and have extended conversations with some of the top guests that we have right here on Bloom. You can stream Bloom Health Club anytime on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. We hope you'll tune in again on the next Bloom presented by Lifeguard Imaging. It's our Season of Giving special, and the Bloom team is going behind the scenes of some of the top charities across Tampa Bay to find out how they're helping those in need this holiday season. Now, many of these establishments give year-round, and we want you to know about their tireless work so you can support what they're doing right here in Tampa Bay. Stay healthy, everyone, and I will see you on the next Bloom.
The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Tampa Bay Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers.
Call now 813-582-5222 to schedule your scan today.